up until the election, FBI Director James Comey has cleared Hillary Clinton of any criminal wrongdoing after another probe into her emails. About 41 million people have already cast their ballots. So do you think that that was an issue for folks?
Well, a lot of people, after he came out with the first thing and said, we're going to look into it, and, you know, he cast all of this doubt on the emails, a lot of people voted against Hillary based on that, right? And people...
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people before that, in the early voting, you know, voted probably for her. So the whole thing's messed up. It's messed up, and now he's taking it all back. He's accomplished one thing. People hate him more than they hate the other two now. Now everybody's mad at him.
I think I have more questions. I wonder about James Comey. President Obama had said he was of good reputation. He had good character, and they trusted him. And then I feel like he was trying to honor, to say to Congress and let the American people know, to keep them updated on current events and new developments. But the guy, it's going back and forth. So it's like, who do you trust?
Yeah.
I feel like no matter who's elected, I don't think James Comey will end up being the director of the FBI, because it's like Hillary loves him, Hillary hates him, Hillary loves him, Donald loves him, Donald hates him, Donald...
Well, I never understood why it was a problem last July when he came out and spoke, and a lot of people said that wasn't his place. You make your recommendations, but you stay out of the public eye and don't do... I don't think I quite understood why that was a problem until now, because now each time in the name of transparency, he keeps coming back out. In a headline nation, it's causing more problems than it is. That's how people get their news. So
I think on this issue, though, people have really made up their minds and decided either this issue of her sending classified material over this unsecure server, or not sending. Well, she did say, what they're finding here is that they can't find intent. They can't find that Hillary Clinton knew she was doing something wrong and, in fact, did it anyway. But they know she sent classified documents. That's a fact. They know she lied about it. They know that it was handled carelessly.
How can they know that she lied if they know that she didn't? See,
well, they know because she said that she didn't send classified documents that were marked classified or not marked classified at the time. And James Comey is saying, no, that's actually not true. We can't prove intent here. We can't prove that you knew you were doing something wrong, but we can prove that
on this last group, nothing that they saw is any different than what they already knew.
They're duplicates. So they're the same. There are some classified documents.
But we don't know when they were classified, because we know some documents were classified after the fact.
From this group,
But after July, there was an innuendo, of course, that something was wrong. And Donald Trump, he sold it. Lock her up and got all these people crazy and hating her. And now there's nothing there.
Here's my issue with a lot of it. It has less to do with Comey than it does to do with Giuliani and Donald Trump, who intimated that they saw things, that they read these emails, which led me to believe that somebody was lying. Because Comey said, we don't know what they are because we haven't seen them. And here's Giuliani saying almost a week before, you know, something's coming. I've seen it. It's going to be some big stuff. And I was like, well, wait, what the hell? How do you know what's in these? You're not supposed to be getting information from anybody at the FBI. So that's what pissed me off.
I was thinking what was happening is they were expecting this not to be resolved. And Giuliani, you know, Donald Trump surrogates were hoping that they would let people to believe.
That's not what they said. They said, we've seen it, and it's big. He said that.
But there's no way they could have seen it.
But that's the question. And no one said, well, how did you see it? How did you see it when Comey hasn't seen it?
So
how do you know?
So was Giuliani lying?
I would say Giuliani was lying. I mean, and it bothered me because what it did was it once again put a doubt in my mind as to whether I should be thinking about the FBI as yet another agency I can't trust. That bothered me tremendously because, you know, I think that you have to figure that they're actually doing the work, that they actually are doing the work. And you don't need us as American citizens going, well, I don't trust what you're doing now. I don't think it's good because you got two boneheads who think because nobody's going to say anything because they say, well, I saw them. And it's like, no, dude, you did not see them. You didn't read doo-doo.
See, I think you're making a good point, though. And I agree with it. I think if anything, it made people question their perception of the FBI.
Yes.
But I don't think it really moved the needle on whether, if you were going to vote for Hillary before, I think you were still going to vote for her because I think a lot of people at this point are tired of these stories and they're voting on issues.
Didn't it frighten you when the FBI just stuck its 2 cents into this?
It did from the beginning.
That to me means we are no longer just the best democracy in the world.
But it also
now we've got the FBI sticking its 2 cents in our election. They're supposed to be an objective body.
Yeah.
That frightened me because that's like we're not going to be America. The American
Well, you realize
the United States of America is no longer going to be the great country that it was.
Well, America will always be that country, but the perception is what's bad. Because, you know, if this were any other country, we as America would be sticking our nose and saying, wait a minute, you can't have all these people doing all this. We would be the ones saying you can't do this.
It's ironic, isn't it, that the Arab Spring, where those countries in the Middle East all wanted democracy and the Twitter things that went on and we were encouraging all that, they want democracy in the world and we're fooling around with ours.
Yeah.
People have to remember that tomorrow. Let me
ask you this. Like, Donald Trump's campaign aides have apparently taken away his Twitter privileges until the end of the election, until the election's over, according to the New York Times. Kind of late, maybe?
It's definitely too little too late because the problem is it does show, I'll give them more credit that they were actually able to kind of rip it out of his kung fu knuckles and get a hold of that
tiny little fingers
to get the Twitter account. But my problem has never been his written word; it's been his spoken word.
Right.
So my problem was what he himself says at events, and so even though the Twitter was enraging and there were times where it was definitely representative of a lack of impulse control, it's his spoken word that resonates
So what
more
are you
than
saying?
me.
Remove his tongue? Let's do that.
I said, what's next? The vocal cords.
A friend of mine wrote me yesterday actually, and she said, you know, I thought she made a really great point. She lives in England. She's American, been living there for a while. She said, you know, I don't think everybody who's voting for him is a racist. But I do think all the racists are voting
For him.
Well, she's just saying, her point was, you got to make sure, if you're concerned about this, because not everybody who's doing that, and we've said that, not everybody who's voting for him is a racist, but you can best be sure that all of the racists are actually out there voting.
He's been endorsed by the Ku Klux Klan, by, you know...
He denounced.
2 days ago.
He denounced it, but, you know.
Then when we talked about it like a month and a half ago,
You know what,
it's crazy.
I have to say it. He did. He
You can say he denounced it. Ask the question, why do they like him? That's the question you ask. Why do they like him? He can denounce them all
Because
he
they know
wants.
it's going to piss you off. You know, you have, Joy, you have an invitation for our viewers.
Oh, yes, tomorrow night is the party America's been asking for. Starting at 9 p.m. on Lifetime Network is the View Live election special, and we have celeb guests, up-to-the-minute election results.
Really?
We have food, we have booze, we have a lot more stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. The party starts at 9 p.m. on Lifetime. We'll be drinking because tomorrow night, by that time,
Oh,
it's
you
all
guys
over.
are going to be drinking?
We'll be drinking.
I'll be watching.
Yeah. She's going to be at her own party tomorrow
I'm going to be
night.
watching. I'm throwing my own crazy party at my house. Because
They may remove our Twitter accounts by the end of the night.
Oh, didn't they tell you? Already done. Listen, we're going to...
Tequila. Bring it on.
Oh, I'll send you a case of tequila.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more Hot Topic.
Later, Trump caught on tape again. His latest rant that even has President Obama calling him out.
Welcome back. So the Trump campaign may want to keep an eye on Donald Jr.'s Twitter account as well, after he retweeted an incorrect report that there was an non-violent Trump protester who I guess was holding up a Republican against Trump. And so is it dangerous to spread like bad information before you actually have the real information? I mean, like, why not call your dad before you do that?
Yeah, I mean, I know it was his dad, so you could, sit at home and get worked up, but don't tweet about it. The problem with this campaign is even the social media aid has been unhinged on Twitter. This guy, Dan Scavino, he retweets something that says Hillary ran away from the rain today. Trump is back on stage minutes after an assassination attempt. He's been unhinged before, tweeting stuff about Megyn Kelly, saying, oh, Megyn Kelly made a total fool out of herself tonight attacking Trump.
Who is this?
This is Dan Scavino, Jr., who is one of his top social media aides. So this is a guy who's supposed to be an expert in social media, and he's ruining his social media presence.
Donald Trump is the one who wants guns all over the place, isn't he? I mean, let's have them at everywhere they want them. So now this is what happens.
Lawful guns. He's talking about Second Amendment rights of people. He's not talking about
but there's so many guns out there as it is. I mean, I would think that if there's somebody trying to kill you at a convention, whatever he was, what do you call it, a rally, then you would be a little bit more conservative about
turns out no one was. No one was trying to kill anybody.
And anyway, one more point. He's the one who said Hillary wants to essentially abolish the Second Amendment, and if she gets to pick her judges, nothing you can do, folks, although, he goes, the Second Amendment people, maybe there is, I don't know. He's the one who puts assassination out there into the zeitgeist, and then he has to duck for cover.
Well, he didn't actually duck for cover.
Well, he should have.
The Secret Service rushed him, but they didn't know that at the time. But again, this is what happens when people tweet stuff before they have the facts.
Well, and the train's out of the station once you retweet it, because the problem is once you've retweeted it, it starts to go viral. You can't pull it back.
Well, facts. Go ahead, baby.
I think it's just showing how much hostility is around this entire election. And my prayer is the day after the election. I just pray, we know that someone's going to lose. And I pray for our country to come together, because that's going to be the hard part. We have to, whoever the loss is, you have to take it in stride, be a big person about it, and be respectful and kind to one another.
It would be nice. It would be nice.
That often depends upon the leadership of the person who loses, though. The person who loses comes out and concedes and says we all need to come together and has that message. And I hope that if the person who loses is Donald Trump, that he can put the fact that, he was running against Hillary Clinton aside and remember that we're all Americans. Look, I don't support her policies, but if she wins, that's my president too. Yeah. I want her to succeed, because if she succeeds, we all succeed.
Can you picture him conceding? I can't even picture it. It's like picturing your parents having sex. You just can't picture it. It's the same thing. I can't picture it.
I want to add to this. People are going to get out and vote tomorrow. And a lot of things have been said to folks about going to different places and watching that. I will say this. Americans are voting tomorrow. Americans are voting tomorrow. And if you get out and you try to intimidate Americans, there's an issue. You don't want to do that. People have to win fair and square. And if there's a question, we'll all get together and do it together. No one needs to go out and try to intimidate any American from their vote, because people fought for the right to vote. And we also know, it's going to be whatever it's going to be, but we all have the right to go out and vote for the person we want to. That's the way it is. Yep. Now, sometimes facts have not been Donald's strong suit during this campaign, but Deadspin.com, which is an interesting, internet site, did a mashup of how President Obama handled a heckler at a rally the other day and Trump's version of how the heckler was handled. Take a look.
If Donald Trump spoke the way President Obama spoke, he might win the election.
Yeah. But he'd have to have his brain, too. For a reality star, this guy is not in touch with reality.
I would laugh, but it's scarier than it is funny, because you have someone taking a platform and speaking, and people are consuming that with a certain assumption of truth. And that's not just a little misleading, that's false, 100% not factual.
That's the centerpiece of his campaign.
Yeah, but it's crazy that you can do that, just lie.
Well, luckily we have videotape.
Yeah, I think he is in touch with reality, though, and I think the reality is that's how he won the primary. He did that to all of the other Republicans. You have Republicans sitting at home right now that wanted to talk policy, that have really good experience behind them, who wanted to do good things for the country, and they got beat by a soundbite guy, by a guy who came out with a bunch of soundbites.
They got beat by a bully. They got beat by a bully.
But a guy who was good at, he's counting on everyone to not have seen President Obama's actual comments and to rely on him, and he throws these soundbites out.
That's how you play.
It's called outright.
It is, but it's worked because look where he is. He shouldn't be where he is right now.
Well, let's hope on Wednesday he's gone, okay?
Well, it's...
He lies to your face. Like, Hillary lies behind your back.
Yeah. Well, it's, you know, the craziest thing is if you don't do your homework, you get exactly what you deserve.
Yeah.
We want to say goodbye to kind of an amazing woman who made American history, Janet Reno, the first female Attorney General of the U.S., passed away at 78. You know, she was involved with a lot of really interesting cases, from Elian Gonzalez to the to President Clinton, the man, just a lot. So just know that women have been breaking barriers for a long time, but she broke a huge one.
Yeah.
And we're going to be back.
Coming up, which co-host's kid says she's done taking her mom's advice? Can you really break up with your parents?
So welcome back. TMZ is reporting that one of the issues between Mariah Carey and her ex-fiancé James Packer was the prenup, apparently, because she found that his first offer between $6 and $30 million a year insulting and tacky, and she wanted $50 million a year in the prenup. So now they're not getting married, so it doesn't really matter. But Mr. Packer, I would never charge you that much. I'm just saying. Oh, well, maybe. Have you? I mean.
I think prenups are a good idea. I'm a believer that it's an insurance policy, and hopefully you don't have to attend to it ever. But I think when you start fighting over those types of numbers, maybe you are focused on divorce a little too much.
But they're not even married. How long is she going with him?
Less than 2 years.
Wow.
But when they both have so much money, I understand she's only a millionaire, multi-millionaire, he's a billionaire. But when they both have that much money, why don't they just, you keep yours and you keep yours? And
because that'd be too easy.
I guess. I just don't understand.
He's not marrying her now, as I understand. He's
still asking for $50 million, even though he's not marrying her.
I don't understand why he should give her anything.
Intent to marry.
She can keep up the lifestyle that he's provided her.
But he don't intend to marry her. He's not going to marry her. So, Mariah, leave it alone. It's finished. Go on and find somebody else.
Zeros behind your income?
Yeah, you're all
Guys, do they realize that how regular people see this, look at them, and say, are you kidding me? Like, you're talking about this much money? You're an independent woman. You have your own career. Where did feminism go? You need his money? You're sitting on a pile of money this high. Take care of yourself.
Well, look, it's a moot point. It's not happening. He's not marrying her.
Well, good for him.
I wouldn't marry her either.
He's worth, I think, $2 or $3 billion. So what's it to him? A few more million to give it to her.
But why does he owe her?
It's not her money. Listen, I'm not saying he should. I'm saying that's where her head is at.
Boo, Joy.
Mr. Packer. Pardon me. Call a bitch, Mr. Packer. Okay? Call a bitch. Have you ever heard someone say, it's better if he loves you a little bit more? Because a woman wrote an op-ed in the Washington Post claiming it's true because it teaches women to know their true worth. Do you agree? Do you have to love somebody more than they love you to feel better about yourself?
I used to get this advice. I had a grandma that used to say, always pick a guy that's going to love you more. And I believed it for a while because I thought, oh, well, maybe that means that it'll be less risky for me. If he leaves, I won't care as much. And I tried that for a while, and I found that that's not the way to go. If you're trying to figure out a balance of power in a relationship, get out. Go for a guy where the love is mutual. I love you, you love me. No one's counting how much. No one's trying to figure out who has the upper hand. Every time I was in a relationship and I was trying to figure out who had the power or who had the upper hand, that was my memo to leave, that was not the guy for me. And every time I felt like, I love you, you love me, and we were happy and I didn't care, I felt it was a good one.
You love
There you go.
We're as happy as we can be.
We once saw this headline, and Max and I got into a funny conversation about who loved each other more. I was like, yeah, I kind of agree with it because it worked for us. And he goes, wait, you think I love you more? And I was like, yeah. And we established that maybe that's not the case. So
How did you take the news?
well, I was like laughing, and I heard my inner child. I was like, oh, you totally love me more. Like, remember that one? And he's like, do you hear yourself? Like, so I guess I love him more.
But I think it's probably a better idea if the man loves the woman a little bit more. If you have to quantify it.
How do you figure that out?
Well,
Tell me how
because
to figure that out.
Not
Well, because, like, you know, we do everything anyway, you know? Like, I was reading this thing from William Golding, this writer who, I think he wrote The Lord of the Flies.
Yeah.
And he said, you know, women are so giving. You give them a house, they'll make you a home. You give them some food, they'll make you a meal. You give them sperm, they'll make you a baby. You know? And it's like, what more do we have to do? I don't want to love you more. I want you to love me more. Otherwise, I'm going to be doing too much.
Yeah. That set me over the edge.
My husband pursued me a little more in the beginning, and I was very relaxed about it until he finally let off. And I was like, wait, what happened?
Where'd you go?
Where'd you go? And he was like, well, I kept pursuing. And then I went, oh, but that's kind of what kicked it in. But I think we love each other equally.
There's no way to know that, though. How do you know that?
Well, how do we know any of this? This is a crazy thing. How do you know who loves you? People lie. Okay.
They lie, and
You know, you can't tell. You know, either y'all love each other or you don't. You know, you can't measure how much because it's just not measurable. It is or it isn't.
It might change on a day. I might love him a little more one day.
Yes,
and a little
that's the other day. I mean, it's crazy.
You may not ever be able to get rid of him.
Yeah, but
Maybe you know what? I'll put on the point. If he loves you so much, you can't get rid of the guy.
The fact that you're serious about this.
Thinking about ways to get rid of him ahead of time.
Let's say you want a divorce. He might not let you do it so easily.
I'm not thinking about a divorce.
He's giving you a scenario, okay?
fine with me. We'll be right back. I went to see Tracy Morgan at Carnegie Hall, and he's back. It was wonderful to see. It was fantastic.
Hear that.
Second, your husband just texted you. What
Yeah,
he said?
in case the jury was out, it's true. Max wrote me, "You so love me more." I thought it was going to be a secret, but
No, I had to throw it out there. And then this, daylight savings time. Ended this weekend, and we all have to set our clocks back an hour. And my question is why are we still doing this? Why are we still doing it? I don't understand. Leave it as it is right now so little kids can go to school and it's light outside. Why do we have to go back to the other? I don't get it.
so confusing.
Wait, you like it dark earlier?
No, she likes it light
At
early.
night. I mean, it gets, the morning comes earlier.
Yes, it's lighter earlier for school.
Yeah,
for school.
but it gets dark at like 5 o'clock, 4
Yes,
o'clock.
but in the summertime, it's dark at 8 o'clock instead of 9. I'd rather have that than
Because
to
otherwise
have
the kids
other
are going to school in the dark.
in the dark.
I'd rather not have to go around my apartment and change all the difficult clocks.
It's annoying.
I can't do it. It takes me an hour. I'm like,
But it's like, what is it? Why? I understood we had to do it for the war. Okay. I understood that we did it for the farmers. Okay.
The farmers, yeah.
But come on. Why are we still doing it? We got a war. They're not worried about it. They don't care what time it is over there.
yeah.
What the hell?
This is the kind of stuff they need to fix. This is the kind of stuff I want to see in a presidential platform. Stop making me change my clocks.
Didn't who changes it? Something about that. She said, "No one's ever asked me this, but I think I might change it."
Yes.
That's reason enough to vote.
I mean, and you know, the current issue of the New Yorker features one woman's breakup letter to her parents. She writes that now that she's grown up, out of the house and engaged to be married. She doesn't need their advice or approval anymore. Yeah, right. I leave it to you. What do you do? You can't write breakup.
I asked my dad for advice this weekend. You never break up with your parents unless they give you terrible advice all the time. Maybe you do, right? I love my parents. But I got the text this weekend from my daughter that said, "This is me officially texting you. I don't want your advice anymore." Mind you,
You gave her that.
well, here's my parenting, because she's 18 now. So I said, hey, I wanna let you go and be free and be independent. And I want to give you advice, but I want you to make your own decisions. So if you want to ask me, and I'll be there, but I don't want to force it on you all the time. We got to find this balance. So she's like, no, Mom, I love your advice and all that. Well, she got mad at me this weekend. So then it was like, no, I don't want your advice anymore. You know, but yesterday, I'll just follow that up with when I said, no problem, baby, I got your text. And you don't, I will wait until you ask me for my advice again, but I love you and you can change your mind if you want my advice again. And the tears just started like going down,
So you sort of guilt tripped her a little.
No, I didn't guilt trip her. I said the same thing that I always had. I'm just like, I just don't play into the emotions of an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
Like the emotions are all over the
baby
place.
too. You said, hey, baby.
And she is my baby.
I know,
She
baby,
always
that's
will
why
be.
she was
can
fine.
be mad at me as she wants to be. She'll always be my
Well,
baby.
you know, you said you don't break up with your parents. I think you do transition, though, from getting advice to, like, separating between the advice you ask for and the unsolicited advice. That took me about a decade to figure out that I could say, I'll let you know when I want your 2 cents. You know, like, that's... Because I feel like there's a stage where they just offer it up as if you've been waiting there for everything they have to say. But you never get tired of the approval. I think I always am like...
You want to
I agree. I love that.
I think it depends on the kinds of parents you have, too. I got really lucky. I had parents that I could go to, and they would give their opinion, but they wouldn't pass that kind of judgment. It would be like, well, here's what I think, but it's your life. You know, you have to make your own decisions. There was a lot of openness where I felt like I could disagree with them and make different choices. Your parents were judging. So I think it depends. You know, I had friends like that who would be afraid to go to their parents because they felt that advice wasn't advice. It was being told what to do, and if you didn't follow my way, you were doing life wrong.
Yeah.
So I think good parenting presents itself as someone who feels they can go to you and they feel like it's okay if their choice isn't your choice. But
My
they can
mother
still go
said
to
to
you.
me one time, make sure you sweep nicely, the kitchen very well, because you'll marry a bald man. That was the advice I got. That's the type of advice my mother gave me.
She a fortune cookie? Like,
Direct from Calabria.
you
No,
need to tweet that out. That's like,
you'll marry a bald man. She believes it.
a bald man?
Bald. No hair.
No hair because of your sweeping?
If you don't sweep the
If
house.
you don't sweep the house right, you're going to marry a bald
You're going to
man.
marry a bald man. I don't know what the connection is, Frank. But that's the type of advice I got.
You turned out okay.
I can't even, I don't even know.
I'm telling you, it's a true story.
Really?
I'm not make that. How
She's
can I
been
make that
sweeping like boss ever since.
up? She would have loved a Swiffer. As I did.
And on that note, we're out of here. We'll be back.
She really said that to me.
Greta here, View Your Deal is shattering the glass ceiling with incredible items from companies created by women. So get back here for some girl power.
We've done Hot Topics on how women in the workplace average just 80 cents for every dollar a man makes. So View Your Deal is celebrating women who are changing the game by creating companies of their own. So we partnered with vendors for up to 60% off while supplies last. So let's get shopping with lifestyle expert Greta Monahan.
That's great. I love it. I love celebrating women's businesses. This is so cool. So Tina McMillan, our first business owner, she actually could be called the queen of loungewear because she created
And they don't
this
handle that
line.
title out lightly.
Well, PJ Harlow, check this out, Sarah.
This is so soft. I was just
mean,
noticing.
super soft, comfortable, fits amazing. You can actually sleep in it and you can
that silk?
entertain in it. Look at this. It is actually silk and knit pieces that you can actually build your own look with, different tops and different things. Amazing, okay? The original on these is $48 to $76. Today's deal, $24 to $38. 50% off. Okay, so how cool. So
Okay.
Shelby Mason really had quite an idea when she actually had to layer her sock over her tight to avoid slipping and to keep her toes warm and boots.
Yeah.
Well, check it out. She created this. This is a tight, a knee-high and tights, where an actual performance sock is built in, Sarah. So you get cushioning, comfort, anti-slip all in one.
How much is that going to cost us?
Well, originally they're $8 to $35. Today's deal, $4 to $17.50 for a
This is so cute.
So two best friends,
Okay.
Amy and Amy, have this adorable little shop in Dallas where they go out and they find the best accessories that are really easy to afford. And this is actually a blanket scarf, huge. You have to take one and open it up. I have it on, and this is from Accessory Concierge. Check these out, you guys. Huge
Can you
one.
use it as a blanket, too?
Yes. Original price $30. Deal today $15, and you can wear it for savings of 50% off. Woo! Sammy Yoon says that she designs jewelry with an urban vintage look. Check this out. 9-in-1. 9 strands, crystal, wood beads. Look at this. You can stack them. They're amazing. Original price on these, you guys, $50. Today's deal, $20 for a savings of 60%.
And the magnets.
Yeah, put it on. It just opens up.
I love that.
One size fits all. Okay, get
not
ready
hard
to
to put
laugh.
on.
Get
Yeah.
ready to laugh.
I'm laughing.
So, Susie Baptiste came out with a saying that is, spritz the bowl before you go and no one will know. And she came out with the line, what's it called? Poopery. These are essential oil sets that you literally spritz and they hold, everything down. So,
Oh, my gosh.
aren't they cute and come in different things? Original price, $30 to $50. Today's deal, you guys, $15 to $25 for a savings of 50%. Huge cult following. And these? Love these. Southern culture. This is by an adorable girl, Erica Barrett. Look at this. So these are all cool breakfast kit sets that she creates, all natural ingredients. I had the pancakes this weekend. They were amazing. Original, $8. Original price, $8 to $48. You guys, $4 to $21.50 for a savings of $50 to $54. They are delicious. Isn't that good?
It tastes like a flavored potato chip. Sorry, I should have thought about that before I spoke. Thanks to Greta Monahan, the clock's ticking, people. You have 24 hours to get these amazing deals at futuredeal.com. And members of our audience can breathe a little easier because you're getting a poopery toilet spritz bundle.
First thing we want to remind everybody is to make sure you get out and vote. It's your right, it's a privilege, and we want to encourage you to do it. And the second thing is, how do you guys feel about tomorrow? Because you have a show tomorrow night.
I do. Tomorrow night. Oh, yeah, on Lifetime.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be fun. But at that point, whatever case set out,
Yeah.
So we're going to be drinking and
We'll be together.
Yeah, we have guests. We have DL Hughley, I believe, is going to be
So fun.
Right.
We're going to have fun. I'm sorry to miss you there, but you'll have fun with your...
We're playing
I will-
charades, too.
Oh, good for you.
We're not.
Okay.
We are?
No.
Very good.
But we play political charades every day, so it's a good thing. And for all of you, thank you for coming to see the show. Thanks for watching the show. We want you to have a great day. Everybody, and take a little time to enjoy the view. That's what we say. Our show.